Hi, Karen. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah.
Hi, Lorena. So
How are
exciting.
you?
Thank you for having me. I'm great.
Oh,
I'm
such a pleasure.
wonderful. It's a
I'm
beautiful
so
day.
glad you're
Can't
here.
complain.
Well, where are you? What state are you in?
I'm I'm based in New South Wales, so I'm actually in Lake Macquarie, which is between Sydney and Newcastle. So I got the best of both
Lovely.
worlds. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, down here in Melbourne, it's like we're in winter again. So it's actually
Mm,
nice today, but we've been freezing our butts off lately. All right. I'm going to start
mm.
off this episode with the main question, which is what did YTT mean to you growing up?
Oh, a lot. I think the biggest thing is it was so much not just from an entertainment perspective as in just the show but then after the show, so we would record on VHS and again, and we had, I think in the end we had about 4 shelves worth of recordings.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I would watch the episode with so much excitement, and then I'd rehearse and I'd learn all the dances and I'd practice and relive the show. And I really enjoyed that, like with my sister, but particularly my little brother, who found the show so entertaining. So we basically played YTT every day in our family room. It became such a vital part of our household for various reasons, which I'm sure we'll cover off later. But yeah, it was a big part of my life growing up, probably until I was old enough to get a job, to be honest. Um,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, I watched it all the time. I'd get a little bit of neighbours in there every now and then and some home and away, but
Mostly young talent time.
mostly on Television.
So, what was your favorite era? I haven't asked your age, and I won't because that's rude. But is it the 80s or did you start earlier?
The 80s. I mean, my earliest memory is probably when I was about 7 or 8. So, we are talking a good 40 years ago, right? But
Yes.
I definitely from probably mainly where Joey was at his prime, Joey Peroni.
Baroni? Yes.
Yeah. And then, from there sort of thing. So, Karen Dunkerton was just finishing up and Joey was there. And that's sort of, I think, where the older generation of YTT members sort of started to phase out. And then Bevan came along and Tim and like you guys. So probably from Joey's era, I would say, onwards. So yeah,
Amazing.
my
Did you
favorite
have,
team
yes,
is,
tell me.
yeah. So basically the ones you've got off to your left. So, with Danny and Vince and Tim and Bevan and you and then Vanessa. And when Courtney then came on, I think replaced Vanessa maybe. So yeah, it was sort of that. That was my prime time. Yeah,
Wow. So, my question was going to be, did you have a favorite team member or members?
I definitely had. Hmm, I wouldn't say favorites, but yeah, you certainly resonated with different ones. I loved Vanessa's dancing. I thought I was
Yes.
Vanessa. I thought
Oh, I love that.
the only thing I don't have is the red hair, red curly
Yes.
hair.
Yes.
But she was just so great. So, so energetic, and her passion for dancing was just, yeah, I thought I was her. Obviously not. But yeah, so I really resonated with Vanessa and her dancing. From a singing, and it's going to sound very cliche-ish, but definitely you and Bevan. I found you and
Oh, thank
Bevan.
you.
I loved the melodies. I loved the fast ones, the slow ones. I found that you were really both polished. So I really enjoyed probably the three of you the most. I thought my sister was like Katie Van Ray. So, every time I saw Katie, I saw so many of her mannerisms in my sister. So it was quite funny because we sort
Oh.
of would go, oh, that's such a Katie thing to do, at the dinner table. We're
I
like,
love
you're our
that.
friends. And we just, it wasn't weird, but it was really nice.
I love what you just said. It was like you were our friends. I mean, what
Yeah.
is it about the show that made you feel that way?
Well, I think it was just because of the age, like I
Hmm.
think our family at different ages, I'm one of six kids. So each of us had different ages that we would, I guess, connect to because of the ages of the group. And then you'd see them go at what, 17? And it was so sad.
Mm,
Like I would
mm.
bawl on those nights. It was
So
so
did we.
sad. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. But I mean, watching you guys go through that and keep yourselves together. I was just like, oh, no way. And I'd cry. I'm thinking, gosh, imagine being on national television and losing your
Yes.
left arm,
Ugly crying.
really. Yeah, exactly. Your night, your last night when you got your guitar. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It,
No.
yeah, it really, they
I
were
can't watch it to
awful.
this day. I just can't watch it. It just makes me bawl my eyes
Yeah,
out. It breaks my heart all over again every time.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, look, if it was hard on me, I can only imagine what it was like. But yeah, I think it was that. Like we just really connected with them. They were such just a big part of our um, being. We always had it on in the background, so we sort of
Mm.
knew. Yeah, it was just part of connecting to what we did at that time. It was a very different time to now too. Like we didn't have social media, we don't have access to our friends 24/7. Thank heavens, like we actually could
Thank
switch off and
heavens.
do our own thing. And um,
Yes.
so you really did rely on television and relationships that weren't really real, but they sort of were, I guess, part of your growing up. So yeah,
Mm. Did you come to any concerts?
I did. Yeah, I went to the ones at the entertainment center.
Yeah.
So that was huge. The entertainment center in Sydney's gone now. So it's an
Yes, so I've
icon's,
heard.
yeah, gone. But it was there that I met Johnny Young actually, because we were a little
Tell
bit
me.
naughty, but he was interviewing people in the audience and he said, who has a big family? And we were like, yeah, 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 we do, we do. But we combined my family and the family that we were with. So we ended up, instead of six, it was eight. So we're like, eight kids. He came up and he spoke to my sister and I. We were like, oh, yeah, couldn't believe it. So I loved that. I actually don't know whether I dreamt this or not. I really don't know. And my dad's not around to ask the question anymore, but I felt like I went to Expo in Brisbane.
Mhm.
I don't think I did, but I think I
This is
knew
so
the
funny.
concert so well that I felt like I was there. So I don't
Wow.
know actually, but I'm holding on to that memory.
Yes. Oh, well, look, just say that. You don't
I'll
need
go with
to
it. It was great.
go with that. That's amazing. Did you write fan mail to us?
I don't recall doing that. I think I used to see the episodes where there was just bags and bags of letters. And especially when they would say that, you all sit down and you read each of them, and then, they would show your family members there reading some. I think probably at the time I thought, oh, they're never gonna see mine.
I wish you
I
had
did
her.
go into a, well, I should have. That's okay. Here I
Yeah, it's
am
okay.
now.
We're talking
um,
face to face,
I
kind
think,
of.
yeah, yeah. I think I did a couple of the competitions. Like, I really wanted to win a McDonald's dinner with the team. So
Yeah.
wanted to win a McDonald's dinner. Never did,
Wow.
but that's okay. So no,
Wow.
not really. But I
Yeah.
probably did more communication with team members after the show than I did during the show. So I've connected up with
Mm.
Bevan, obviously yourself, and there's been like messages, which is sort of strange at the time because you don't want to come across like you're a stalker fan
Yes, of course. Yes.
because
Oh,
you
watch
guys have
out.
got your own lives, and some people have chosen, I think, not to keep their part of that part of their life alive, is from what I can
Yeah.
see. So I'm like, oh, you
Yes,
just got
yeah.
to be really careful to not, you guys don't see us the way we see you. It's a very different um, impact on our lives. So I think
And that's why
that's
I'm doing this
something that,
podcast. That's why
yeah,
it's important to do this podcast because that part of it is everything. Like, yes, we were, at the front performing, but how did it affect you? How did it make you feel? How did it change your life? How did it influence you as a child? Did you talk about it at school as well with friends?
I did. I did very much so. And I've got a really funny story to tell you, actually.
Yay.
So,
Just 1 second, hang on. Sorry, I had a cough in there. Go ahead.
bless you. That's okay. Yeah, so in year 10, I we had a talent competition at our school. It was an all-girls school. And my best friend wasn't in my class. And she was the one that came to concerts with us and, did a lot of that stuff together. But another friend was in my class. And so there was a little bit of jealousy going on because I couldn't partner up with her, but I could partner up with her. So we learned the dance that Danny and Natalie did, Crimes of Passion.
Right.
And oh my goodness, we won. We won. And
Yay!
yay. I remember getting up on stage. I could still do the dance to this day.
Oh
And
my God, please, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Please,
oh,
can you do it?
punch of passion to love him. Wherever I'm in, I lose control.
Oh, I love it.
Of course, I'm
Thank
sitting down,
you.
so it's not very good. But yeah, I was so proud of that. I remember we made puffy skirts. We tried to make the same outfit, and I think the teachers thought, "Wow, these girls are so good! What a great routine they've come up with." So it's the only thing I think I ever won, especially at school. So it
Yeah.
was super exciting. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that I guess that those sorts of things were big for me and my school friends. Yeah.
How do you feel right now talking about the time back then?
Oh, it actually makes me a little bit teary. I'm like, oh
Mm,
wow. I don't think I don't think ever like I look at some of the stories that you've seen of Johnny Young over the years as well, and the interviews that he's had, and I think he's had a really rough deal a lot of the time. Like, I just as an adult, I just think I don't if you didn't grow up with it and you don't appreciate what it did as
mm.
influences in our young lives. Now it's just so sad. Like there's, so much going on with what's appropriate, what's not. And I, can only imagine there's a lot of scope for people to want to be able to find something wrong. And I think I'll never be able to thank him enough for doing the show for as long as he did, because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was just such a big part of our family for other reasons, not just for me as a fan, but for my whole family. So I think that is probably the biggest thing as an adult. I go, wow, I don't think he will ever know. You know, I know he's
Yes.
had a lot of praise and a lot of thank yous, but I know he's also had a lot of backlash, and I find that really
Yes.
sad, really sad.
It is. And those kind of people are always out there, aren't they? No matter how good you are, there's always
Oh,
someone that's gonna has to say something
and
negative
it's
just to
worse now. Yeah,
and it's worse now because everyone can have a
yeah,
platform to say what they're thinking or
yeah.
they want to hurt someone in some way. But it's so beautiful that you said that because uh, I say that too to John when I see him. Thank you so much for choosing me, for
Mm,
making this show, for without him, uh, being the leader of the show and that figure, that I guess fatherly figure in a way at the front.
yeah,
Or did you see him
yeah.
that way?
Oh, look, yeah, for sure. I thought it was really nice when Anna and Fleur would come on the show as well.
Yeah.
Like that made it real. Like he's not
Mm.
this untouchable. Like there was always him and Daryl Summers at the time, right? Like with Hey Hey, and you just saw this really different side, I guess. And because he was so involved in the kids and their lives, and he could bring his life into that, and we saw his daughters grow up, I think that was
Mm.
really nice. So yeah, I definitely think he played that role, and I think he needed to do it for a lot of reasons, because even people just watching the show who don't have that or don't have family, he was able to create that, I guess, TV family. And it was really
Mm.
nice. Yeah.
Yes, TV family is a perfect way of saying it. Absolutely. How did you feel when the show ended?
Oh, look, I was probably lucky I was a bit older because,
Mm. Yeah.
but I did think it was really sad. I watched the rehash of it with Rob when they tried to get it back off the ground.
What did
And
you
I
think of
was
that?
really, pardon?
What did you think of that?
Look, I thought it was really good. I thought the kids were really lucky.
They were very
To
talented too. They were great
they
little
were,
performers.
and
Yeah.
you could see the difference from say the 80s to now.
Yes. Oh,
Like
yeah.
huge difference. And you go,
Yeah.
the simplicity of back then, but we thought it was so amazing. Like the sets were just incredible back then. So now I go, now there's all this technology that makes it bigger and better. Um, I really hoped it would work. I wasn't sure whether it would, just given
Mm.
the just today's society, and I probably the one thing that concerned me about it was the opposite to what we were just talking about around the social media stuff. I don't think the kids could do today what you guys did back then
I
because
agree.
you just couldn't handle. I personally, anyway, I mean, I think the whole that pressure and
Mm.
criticisms would definitely outweigh the positives. And I think as a young person growing up, there's already enough pressure. So, yeah, I think for those reasons, it wasn't going to survive. I wanted it to, but I just don't think it. I think it's a very different time now, a
Yeah.
season. But
Absolutely. I
yeah,
think if it was on now, we'd have to just not be on social media because it would be very
yeah,
unhealthy, mental
very.
health wise. It would
Yeah,
not be good.
agree.
Yeah.
And the duty
Yeah.
of care for a young person too. I mean, gosh, you see it at school. Like you don't even have to be on national television, right? So it's
That's
yeah,
right.
a big shame, but who knows? It might be a different way. There just might need to be a
Mm.
different way. But yeah, I did
Yeah.
wonder how long they'd be around for, as in how long would those team members be there? Because they seemed older too. So,
It's
were they only going to be there for a couple of years and then be moved on? Yeah, just a shame. Rob was great though. Rob Mills was really good. He had a great
yeah.
energy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I like him. Any other stories you want to share with us, Karen?
Um, I'll tell you one about one of the costumes because this is a funny one. It was back in the Katie and Karen era, and they were doing this. I can't remember for the life of me what it was. I'll have to look it up, but they wore a white costume, so just a normal swimsuit style costume, and it had these black tassels. There was two or three
Yes.
rows of
Yes,
black
I can see it in my
tassels.
mind. Yep. Yep.
Yep, and they'd spin and the tassels would go out, and I thought that is just so cool, and I could do that dance. And anyway, so I put my swimmers on and I went around the house and I took everyone's shoelace out of their shoes. And I tied two rows of it and all the shoelaces hanging down. And I do the dance because, and spin around and the tassels would spin. And I remember mum saying, oh, like, oh my goodness, I must have gone through about 40 pairs of shoes and taken them all.
Gosh, that is
Desperate.
hilarious.
I know. I was
I
so
love
desperate to
that.
be
You are
fun.
so creative. What can I get?
Oh, so funny. And we had this like a corner hutch in our lounge room where we just sitting in the corner, but it had like a tabletop and then it had another section which had a platform and then it had another section. That was my stage. The number of times I got in trouble for standing on the furniture, but I ended up negotiating I won't wear shoes. It's fine. Just socks. And so I could go,
Even more
level
dangerous because you
one.
could slip off.
I know. I I could have level one and pretend that the person's dancing behind me.
Oh,
And then
that
I'd
is
go
so
up.
cute.
Now I'm on the top one. And then it'd get to the end and I'd be, close your eyes and I'll kiss you. And I think at one stage I probably
Oh,
put teddy bears around me. So I had other people.
oh. Well, look,
I know I was a
my
bit of a nut.
childhood was the same. I remember performing in my lounge room and I imagined the audience in front of me and teddy bears and dolls as my co-star. The same. It's just, isn't it beautiful? It's just
Oh,
incredible.
yes. Yeah, so
Yes.
there was a lot. There was a lot. But yeah, I could go on for hours, to be really honest.
Now, did you
Might
want
have to
to
do a
talk
part
about
two.
Jared? Well, if you like,
Yeah,
sure, absolutely. Did you want to talk
yeah.
about Jared?
Yeah, look, if that's okay, because I think that's context of why it was such a massive part of our lives too. So, my little brother, who's 5.5 years younger than me, was born with Down syndrome and grew up nonverbal and just a beautiful soul, like a lot of
Mm.
fun, really loved music. So his exposure to Young Talent Time and love for it was really bonding for us too. So,
Yeah, they're
he
beautiful.
loved that and we spent a lot of time together and he now lives with me, ironically, and he's sitting downstairs watching YTT replays as we speak. That's all he
Right now?
watches. Yep. From when he wakes up till when he goes to bed, it
Oh,
is Young Talent
wow.
Time the whole time. So he's down there with his mug, his YTT Forever mug, and his YTT
Oh,
Forever
it's
hat.
got this one.
Yep.
Which one?
Yes, he
Yeah,
loves it.
good.
So that's all he watches all day, every day. So I guess that's why I can talk about it so easily because
Mm.
it's still very much part of my background. So I can hear it when I'm cooking dinner and I can hear it when
Every
I'm
day.
yeah. So and then sometimes I'll go next to him and I'll start to do the dance and he'll look up at me and sort of give me a bit of a smirk, like, are you trying to be funny? Because I can see that they're doing that. Not the same, not as well. Um, but that's like our love language.
Oh,
We connect with that and I
I
was
love
so,
that.
so blessed that when he turned 40, I reached out to Bevan and then, Bevan reached out to you and
Yeah.
a couple of the other members and got a recording done so you could say hello and happy birthday to him. What
Yeah.
that meant to my mother and our family was
Oh,
just unbelievable. Mum
oh,
still to this day says, I can't believe that have been able to talk to them. And I'm like, Mum, it's beautiful. Like I can ask a question and, they know how much it means to us and to Jared. And it honestly was her saving grace because for him to be able to sit in front of the TV and rock and smile and
yeah.
enjoy provided hours and hours and hours of entertainment for him.
Amazing.
Still to this day, he's 45 years of age. So I don't think it's ever going to change. And thank
That is
heavens we
so
were able
special.
to get remakes of that. So
Absolutely. And,
yeah.
here if you want to have a chat with Jared and bring him on, or just message me and I'll call you. So
Yeah.
special. It's so special. I mean, to just watch Young Talent Time all day, every day, it's just pure happiness. It's music and it's
Oh,
smiling and it's, funny and it's
it is.
there's no
It is.
violence, there's no nudity,
And I
there's
think that's,
safe.
yeah, I know. It gives me
Hmm.
goosebumps. But
Yes.
I think that's why I really feel like no one will ever appreciate how special it was, not just because we loved the music and we thought the team members were amazing and, that they were our TV family, but it for me personally,
Mm.
I will never be able to thank, Channel 10 and you and the team and Johnny Young enough. Like, huge,
Amazing.
huge,
Yeah.
yeah, huge impact on our lives.
Yeah.
So, and still to this day.
Well, mate, you've just put a big smile on my face. I can feel it in my heart. I just feel the love that's coming from you for the show, how it's affected your life and your family's life, how
Yeah.
special it was, what it means to everyone still. And just in closing up now, what would you say? How would you describe Young Talent Time, say in one word to someone that's never seen it before, or maybe two words?
I think I already have. I think TV family for me. I really do.
Beautiful
Yeah, I
TV
really do. I
family.
think I considered the team my friend, which again,
Yeah,
not strange, but like you really did. It really did give us a chance to connect to people that we would probably never expect to meet. I remember when auditions would open and I'd beg Mum, please, Mum, please, 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 Mum. I don't think she was prepared to move to Melbourne, not with all 6 of us anyway, but please, Mum, please. And she'd say, Karen, do you know how many thousands of children will be applying for this? You're not going to get through.
Oh, no, but it just takes one.
That's one way to kill my spirit. What? You don't think I'm any good?
Oh dear. Yeah, I know.
You were my.
I had the same dream. I had the same dream too. But I guess you just got to give it a go. But it is hard if you're interstate. Of course, it's
Yeah, I think you guys were also my dance classes, because I never went to dance classes, so I didn't get the opportunity to do that. But I got it. I got it for free too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
So it was awesome, and I got to make my own costumes.
Did you put the shoelaces back?
I think Mum made me. I've actually blocked the second part of that out because I think I got into a bit of trouble. But I know she gave me 10 points for trying anyway.
I love that story so much. You're so creative.
It's probably more.
Just got to make that costume happen somehow, whether I get in trouble or not. Oh, Karen, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I've really enjoyed our chat, just full of beautiful memories, heartfelt stories. You've made me laugh, given me goosebumps. Can you say something to another fan that wants to come on but they're too shy? Would you encourage them to come on?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I think, growing up is just such a big part of what you are today. So if sharing what that meant to you in whatever capacity it is, it's beautiful to relive it. It's like having a passion about something that no one else shares. This is a good forum to be able to do that, because it's a safe space. And
absolutely,
if people don't understand what it was to me, that's fine. If you guys do, and the audience that are out there do, then that's all that matters, right? So I think so. Go for it.
That's it.
We want to learn more about everyone else and what they experienced.
Yes, I love hearing everyone's stories. They're all different, aren't they? Everyone's got their own experience and how they feel about it. Thank you so much, Karen. That was wonderful, wonderful.
My pleasure. Thank you, Lorena.
Right. See you next time.
Take care. Bye. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. And if you think you want to be on the podcast too, because you've got so many stories to tell about your love of Young Talent Time and your memorabilia, have a look at the description down below and send me a message, and you can be on the podcast too. I would love that. Until next time, don't forget to smile.